going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and so today is day 2 of the NFL Scouting Combine, and so I got some more information for you. So by the way, just so you know, because obviously yesterday I did some breakdowns of some players and stuff like that. And that was based off of Daniel Jeremiah from NFL.com. He did, obviously there's tons of media and reporters and stuff who do breakdowns and so on and so forth. I chose him because obviously, he comes from the, one of the primary news sources related to the NFL. And he's a pretty respected, reporter. His evaluations are usually, pretty solid and so on and so forth. And obviously, in this case, he condensed some things and just kind of took some highlights. And so, because there's, tons of people who are running these drills and doing all these things, the 40 and the different drills and stuff like that, and bench press and, all that stuff, right? So, there's like hundreds of guys, so I could literally go through all of them, but that would take a while, and it's kind of unnecessary. So that's why I just wanted to let you guys know that's why I'm doing that. And obviously, so there's I may miss some people you guys may be interested in, because we're only highlighting some standout performances and stuff like that. So if there's anybody that you want me to look into and to do a little bit of a scouting report on in a future video, be sure to let me know about that, and I will do that for you if there's anybody that I missed. Anyway, so yesterday was offensive linemen, running backs, and specialists, so like kickers and stuff. Obviously, right? Kickers, punters, long snappers, whatever. Today was wide receivers, tight ends, and quarterbacks, right? So, before I get into that, though, there is a little bit of news from the Dolphins organization. It looks like they are going to be holding meetings with defensive line Ed Oliver, who's looking like a potential prime candidate for possible candidate for our first pick. And I would be all right with that, being that he's definitely a position of need, and he is one of the top defensive linemen in this upcoming draft. And Dexter Lawrence, another defensive lineman, is also meeting with the team. Also, there are reports that Andre Branch is being officially cut, so that'll save about $7 million on the cap. I do think that is a good move. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about that. Okay, and then so getting into the combine today. So again, not all of the, like I said, today was quarterbacks. The only one he actually highlighted was Tyree Jackson. So there wasn't a breakdown of Kyler Murray. We've already talked about him a little bit and so on and so forth. Daniel Jones and some of these other guys. But like I said, if you want me to do breakdowns of any of these specific players, be sure to let me know, so that way I can focus on that, because otherwise I'm just going to stick to how I've been doing it, because there's just so much. There's just such a high volume that we got to try and find a way to condense it. Anyway, so let me get into this. For today, like I said, is wide receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks. So Daniel Jeremiah did highlight a bunch of wide receivers. Obviously, for me, I don't care about wide receivers, because I would say that if we were gonna go for a wide receiver at the highest, I would try and take one would be like maybe 6th round, the highest. But I think personally that should be something that we would address from the pool of undrafted free agents, right? And try and, find a undrafted free agent gem in that regard. But anyway, let me give you some breakdowns. So Paris Campbell from Ohio State ran a 4.31 40, which I from reports is so far the fastest 40 time at the combine. Daniel Jeremiah had said that he's speedy and he caught the ball well, and he did well running routes. Wide receiver A.J. Brown from Ole Miss. He led Ole Miss in receiving, had back-to-back all SEC seasons, and he ran a 4.4 940. Miles Boykin from Notre Dame ran a 4.4 240. He ran fast, caught the ball well. He's not, Daniel Jeremiah said that he's not suddenly fast. He doesn't have like sudden quickness, but he has a good build-up speed. Mecole Hardman from Georgia ran a 4.3 540. Daniel Jeremiah said he's very fast. I did add in one wide receiver into this group, or into this breakdown that he didn't have, just because of everything that's being said about him. This dude is insane. I don't know if they've gotten, like the drug testing and stuff back. I'm not saying he's taken anything, but this dude is like absurd. Especially for a wide receiver. Anyway, DK Metcalf from Ole Miss. He's 6'3", 228 pounds. He's only got 1.6% body fat. Like, if you've seen the pictures of this dude, he's super jacked. But he ran a 4.3 340, and I think he put up like 27 reps on the bench press. And like the next highest wide receiver was like 13 or some shit like that. He put up over 20 for sure. I don't know if it was 27. I don't recall off the top of my head. But this dude is just absolutely insane. He's going to be one of the top wide receivers taken, if not the first one. I mean, he's a monster. But anyway, I said that just because he's so like outrageously beyond like everybody else, like all the other wide receivers, and like just his physique and his build and everything, that it could possibly lead one to believe that there was some, artificial assistance in getting to that point. But I'm not saying that, and there haven't even been reports of that up to this point. It's just intellectual curiosity for me that I figured I'd say something about. But anyway, regardless though, even if that was the case, this dude is just an absolute monster. So I did want to throw him in there. Daniel Jeremiah highlighted one tight end, Jace Sternberger from Texas A&M. He was a one-year starter, but a consensus All-American in 2018. He ran a 4.7 540 and 17 reps on the bench. He ran good routes and is willing to block. He's real fluid and has soft hands. Again, tight end is not really a position I would worry about at all. In the early parts of the round, or the early rounds of the draft, for sure, that's a position I would probably take undrafted free agent as well. And then, like I said, he only highlighted one quarterback in his little breakdown, Tyree Jackson from Buffalo. He's 6'7", and so, but he did point out that he could end up being a candidate to switch positions when he comes into the NFL, because he's 6'7". He ran a 4.5 940. And I'm guessing that they would probably try and switch him to wide receiver, possibly tight end, but probably more wide receiver, I would think. Anyway, and Daniel Jeremiah said that he's very raw. He's self-taught himself a lot of drills, like off of YouTube and stuff like that. So he's very raw. So we'll see. But part of that is interesting in like this whole quarterback conversation, but that just goes to show too that, again, it's just another data point to show that the quarterback class is not that strong this year. Aside from the fact that none of the quarterbacks are really all that great. Even the best one is, supposedly Kyler Murray. He initially had reservations about even going to the NFL. I'm sure some teams are going to continue to question that. Also, he's only 5'10", so there's concerns about that, blah, 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 whatever. So, and this guy, he might even not be a quarterback going in the NFL. He might even end up switching positions. So the point of that is again, I don't think this team needs to be chasing after a quarterback. And for a quarterback, I think that they should take one in the middle rounds, 3 to 5, not in the first 2 rounds. Those first 2 rounds, to me, need to be solely dedicated to offensive line and defensive line. So, take the, honestly, I told you guys about Garrett Bradbury yesterday from Daniel Jeremiah's breakdown. He's a center, and honestly, right now it's looking like for me, he's probably who I would take at number one right now. Ed Oliver, he's a defensive lineman, so he's looking like a stud and would be a good pick as well. So like if Garrett Bradbury wasn't there at 13 and Ed Oliver was, like I would go, I would be happy with the Ed Oliver pick, right? Or vice versa, whatever. But anyway, so those first 2 rounds to me need to be dedicated to O-line and D-line. And we should take a quarterback somewhere between the 3rd and 5th, obviously depending on how the board plays out and, who the best player available is at, the positions of greatest need and so on and so forth. Anyway, so that's all I really got for you guys for right now, for today. If anything more comes out today then of importance, then I may make another video, but that's probably all for today. And obviously there's more combine tomorrow, so I'll be making another video to talk about some of the highlights and stuff from that. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section, and as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.